yourself, as I am working, what value am I taking there? And if you're a business person, if you're an employee, ask yourself, this service that I'm providing or this product that I'm selling, what will make people to come to me? Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel, Money Matters with Modupe. This is the home for all things personal finance, because your money matters. Once again, thank you for joining me. If you are an existing subscriber, I want to say a very big thank you for your support. If this is the very first time that you're joining me or you're watching my video for the first time, I want to please encourage you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please like it, as it will help YouTube to share my videos to others, and it will also help my channel to also grow. Today I want to share with you a few tips on how to handle your finances in the time of crisis. A time of crisis is a time when things are just beyond our control. It is a time when I call a state of an emergency. It is a time when, like I said, things are not expected. Things are not going according to our plans. Things are not going the way they ought to go. It's a time when we absolutely have no control over. And the year 2020, we have seen, that a lot of things, starting with the COVID-19 and its devastating effect, has been a time not just of a pandemic, but also a crisis period. So what I'll be discussing with us in this few minutes is, how do you handle your finances in a time as this? So the very first thing I always tell people is that you must develop the right mindset. When there is a crisis, it's something that is beyond you. It's something that puts you in a state of shock. It puts you in a state where you don't even understand what is going to happen next. And so it is very important, very critical, that you develop the right mindset. Know that this time also shall pass. And then it's a time where you have to put things in perspective. But if you do not have the right mindset, it will be a difficult time for you to know what to do, for you to know how to plan, for you to structure and put things in perspective. So the first thing is that you must develop the right mindset. Yes, so the next thing I want to say, that during the time of crisis, it is important that you must have a plan. I always tell people, have a plan, have a plan, have a plan. Simply, a plan is your direction. A plan is, helps you to prioritize. A plan helps you to put things in perspective. A plan helps you, to put structure, to have strategy, to know that, okay, this is where I want to go. From where I am, I want to move to the next place. So it is very important that you must have a plan. Don't forget that, we say that the only constant thing in life is change. Change will always occur. After this crisis, after this pandemic, things will get better. Things will become better for us. It is said that we are living in the new normal. Yes, I agree. A lot of things will never be the same. A lot of things, the way we have been doing things, will not go back to the way we have been doing them. So it is important that you have a plan. Say to yourself, what do I do when a crisis occurs again in future? Because like I said, life is not constant. We will always have the good time and we will always have the bad time. So when we return to the good time, when such a time happens, what will you do? You must have a plan. You must have a plan B. So in the event that plan A is not going on well, what do you do? Each person has to come up with a plan of what to do at every point in time. So another tip I want to share with us is that it is important at this time for you to invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. I always tell people that you are the most important asset. So invest in yourself. For some people, they would have so much time at hand. Why? Because either they have lost their income or their business. But it's important that whether you are a business person or whether you are an employee, that you must invest in yourself. Ask yourself questions. As an employee, what value am I taking to that organization? As an employee, what extra thing am I giving out to them? Because when a crisis occurs, we do not only feel it on a personal level, we also feel it in our business, we feel it in our jobs. People feel it in different ways, but we all, in one form of degree or the other, we feel a time of crisis. So I always tell people, invest in yourself. Ask yourself, as I am working, what value am I taking there? And if you're a business person, if you're an employee, ask yourself, this service that I'm providing or this product that I'm selling, what will make people to come to me? What will distinguish me? What will make me to stand out? We call it your unique selling point. What will be your unique selling point when during a time of crisis? So it's important to ask yourself, okay, the value I'm creating, will I still be valuable in the next 2 years, in the next 3 years? Will the skill that I have be relevant, or it will be obsolete in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years? You need to sit down and ask yourself and invest in yourself. If you need to learn a new skill, learn a new skill. If you need to, know more on what you are doing on your job, no more. If you are a business person, do not just say that I'm okay as I am. No. Can we feel your presence online? Do you have a website? Are you on Instagram? Are you online? Do people know that you are there? It's very important that you must invest in yourself. Another tip that I want to share with us is that it's important that you reevaluate your spending. Crisis period is not time as usual. It is not time as normal. You must ask yourself, okay, for people who still have their jobs, whose income are still intact 100%, it is not the time for you to be spending money and say you want to have this party, you want to have that party, you want to buy new shoes, you want to accumulate things that are not that will not bring in money. So whether you have money at this time or whether your income has been slashed, it's important for you to reevaluate your spending, your expenses. Ask yourself, what is important at this time? And then you must distinguish between your needs and your wants. Ask yourself, what are needs at this point? What are wants at this time? And that is what you're going to once you understand what your needs are different from your wants, you are able to spend money. So it's the time for you to start spending money wisely. So wise spending is very critical at this point. Yes, so another tip that I want to share with us is that we must at all, it is not negotiable at all that any decision that we want to take at this time, we must ensure that it does not impact on our long-term financial health negatively. Do not use the fact that yes, you are in a crisis period, because for most people what they're thinking about at this point is survival. How do I survive? It's like living from day to day. It's like living from paycheck to paycheck. So it's very important that as you're taking decisions, you do not allow take short-term decisions that will affect your long-term financial health negatively. So it's important for you, as you plan, you sit down, you think through and ask, the decision I want to make. If you decide that you want to leave your job because of the crisis period, think about it, weigh it. What are the other options that you have before you settle down and eventually take that decision? If you have assets, maybe you have shares that you have bought, and then you feel that okay, because the prices of shares and stocks are coming down, you decide that okay, I want to just sell them off. Ask yourself, is this the best time for me to sell? because some people will just sell their assets so that they can feed. I want to encourage you that please, 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 I know we're all trying to survive. We're all trying to move from one level to the other level. But I can assure you that this time too shall pass. It will pass. And then when it passed, what would you do? Would you be proud of the decisions that you have made? Yes, yes, yes. I want to say a very big thank you for joining me this day. It's actually a short video and is a part 1 of handling money in times of crisis. So I want to hear from you. How have you been surviving this crisis period? How have you been managing? What tips have you been using to survive this period? I want to read from you. Thank you for joining me today. I'll see you at the top. God bless you, and remember, be money wise. Bye.